Hi guys, long time no chat. It's Trisha. Welcome to the podcast. And today we're going to be talking about my new wellness habits. New as in some of these I started within the last couple of years, and some of them I started within the last month. And this is what I feel like is working for me. These are, just ideas, just little ideas. What are you guys drinking? I want to know in the comments. What are you drinking right now? What kind of beverage? What's on list up to 3 beverages you're drinking right now. I am drinking one beverage right now. I'm drinking coffee, and it is like a a lavender vanilla coffee from World Market. hmm And then I put the Elmhurst brand. I love the Elmhurst brand because it's very clean. I only get Elmhurst and Califia because everything else is full of gums and oils and stuff. Anyway, I got the French vanilla Elmhurst brand creamer, oat creamer. And then so super clean, super healthy, whatever. And then I get like this lavender lemonade whipped cream on top from Target, and just, load. It's probably full of sugar and all of that crazy stuff and whatever. It's good. It's tasty. I'm drinking it out of a Meowie Christmas mug because I've drank so many beverages recently that it's like one of the last mugs that's available that was I felt big enough for the occasion because we'll be sitting here and chatting for a while. So, what you drinking? Let me know in the comments. And I just felt compelled to do this because I have not made a podcast in a while. Why did I choose right now? It's because I have homework. I'm doing yoga teacher training right now, and we got a lot of homework. I have about 3 weeks to do it, but I want to get it started early. But more importantly, I wanted to do something completely unrelated to it because, that's the little ADHD in me. By the way, I did not self-diagnose myself. My therapist suggested I have it, but I'm not actually diagnosed. You know what I am diagnosed with? It's something that I'm not even gonna say because I don't think it's accurate, and my therapist doesn't think so either. I just kind of sat in a room once when I was 19, and I was like, yeah, I think I might have like this, and they were like, yeah, you probably do, and now it's on my record permanently. I just, things blow my mind, but regardless, let's talk about my new wellness habits. Okay, speaking of coffee, right? I'm not actually drinking as much coffee, or rather, I'm adding tea. And I'm adding instead of like okay, my MO for the longest time was coffee in the morning, energy drink in the afternoon because I get that afternoon slump, right? Well, what I've been doing is actually first of all, I'm drinking either coffee in the morning and the afternoon or coffee in the morning, electrolytes in the afternoon. I've been drinking the Fire Salt brand. I was drinking Element before. I think they're both great. I think Fire Salt, I just kind of like the taste a little bit more and just tastes like a little more like clean, if that makes sense. But regardless, they're both fine brands. Just electrolytes in the afternoon, kind of to give me like not so much a jolt, but like some actual energy. And just tea. I've just been all about tea. I love this brand called Metz, METZ, and I can only find it at my local tea shop. I haven't seen it in like retailers or anything, but Metz tea, it's like the only tea worth drinking. It is like once you've had it, you can't go back. It's so good. It's so smooth and delicious. It comes in these little sachets and you can reuse them multiple times. I would say up to 3 times before it's like pretty done, but oh my god, like it's such a luxurious tea. They make green teas, they make herbal teas. My favorite is their Kyoto Cherry Rose, I think is the name. And it is fantastic. It's so delightful. And yeah, I've been drinking tea. I sometimes come home, after a closing shift and it's 10 p.m. and I'm like, I want a coffee. I want a beverage. My go-to beverage for the longest time was coffee. And so now I just drink a little tea and it doesn't interfere with my sleep. Even green tea has a little caffeine though, so I'm probably shifting to like herbal tea at night, but even the shift to just tea versus like having a coffee at 10 p.m. has felt so much healthier. I feel like a wellness queen drinking tea. There's just something about it. And for the longest time, because of my anxiety, I have like had pretty clinically bad anxiety. I was medicated for it, still am, for a long time. I'm not as heavily medicated, but anyway, the point is I avoided coffee for years and years. Probably 5 or 6 years I didn't drink coffee because I knew it could make my anxiety worse. And so I just drank green tea because of the L-theanine and it levels you out. You don't get that boost and crash, and it also has less caffeine. There's just so many benefits to tea, antioxidants, all of that. I mean, coffee has that too, but they're like different, right? I don't know. I just feel like if you want to feel like a wellness queen, drink some tea. It's a great time to get into it too because I love warm tea, iced tea, warm tea, whatever. I love them all. Next, I've been doing a little weightlifting. And when I say weightlifting, so I use dumbbells, okay? And I work out at home. I only did body weight workouts. Um, and like I had two 5 pound dumbbells for my entire 20s. It's kind of embarrassing. Like just how important, I don't know if the information was out there as heavily or if I was just ignoring it, but I know like now we know like weightlifting is so important. And I'm so grateful I'm finding it out in my 30s because I feel like there's still time and I'm still learning and I'm still gaining muscle and strength. But yeah, I mean, I just did classes essentially, yoga classes, bar classes. I never really got into Pilates. I did one Pilates class, but it's so expensive in my area. It's like I don't know that it's really worth it comparatively, but and I started going to the gym with some girls and it got I guess I'm like so bad at the gym that like the entire gym feels that they need to come up to me and correct my form. And so then that got really anxiety inducing and I just decided I'm going to find someone really good on YouTube. And I actually did. And she has an app too. I have that. But just just get some resistance training in there. I'm doing it a few times a week. It depends heavily on my cycle. So I just came out of my period. So I did like a couple 20-minute workouts. I'll probably progress into longer workouts up until the end of my luteal phase. Lifting weights is so important. And I feel amazing. Like I let my thoughts change. I feel more confident about myself. Sometimes when I just did body weight workouts, I just felt like I was flinging my body around multiple times a week and like I wasn't getting anything done. It didn't feel like I was making progress or anything. And so with weights, there's measurements, there's measurable differences. You could say I went from 10s to 12s today or 12s to 15s. And you count your reps and you count I count like the duration I can do a certain workout. So many measurable quantitative things, which kind of feels like progress versus when I did yoga. And like, there's so much about yoga that's like, well, and I'm still doing yoga. I'm in like yoga teacher training, but a lot of times it doesn't feel like I'm like really physically doing much. It's more than the physical practice for me anyway. And I still love yoga, but I think weights are my priority as far as my physical practice right now. There's a lot of benefits to lifting weights. Highly, highly recommend. If you just have a body weight workout, try lifting weights. Just like little baby weights, just little dumbbells. And my plan is to actually start going to I think I want to try Planet Fitness again. I just don't care for the current gym that I'm at. with how crowded it is. So once I'm out of this yoga teacher training, I'm probably gonna try machines again because I know they can really increase your weight load and stuff. So I've also been going to the sauna. This is something I started last year, actually the end of 2023, but I love infrared saunas. I go to this place called Hotworks, and you kind of work out in a hot room. It's 120 to 130 degrees. I usually like it around 125, 126. And it is so nice. Like, I feel amazing when I leave that sauna. Whether I worked out or whether sometimes I just go in there. I don't even do the full workout. I'm just kind of there to chill. It depends. If there's another person in there, I'm like, "Oh, I got to like do the full workout and push myself." So I try to choose times where there's like nobody else. But I like to go in there and sometimes I just do my own thing. Like I'll put on my own video and do it. It's really just about the heat benefits for me, but I do like pushing myself while I'm in the sauna too. Um, Sauna just does a lot of good things. Actually, I need to get there this week. I've been averaging once every 10 days according to my app, which, I want to say is not enough, but I've got so much going on that it makes sense that that's how often I can make it. Sauna's just incredible. Love it. I always feel like super grateful and just like at peace with life once I leave the sauna. Creatine, you guys. I have been starting creatine. I started it less than a month, like 2 weeks ago, I think. Life changing. Like, I really, really hope that I don't suddenly find out something horrible about creatine and that I've been like, I don't know, destroying my body or something by taking it. I'm just so like I feel like sometimes I find something and I'm like this is the best thing ever and then I realize it's like really bad for me. Like energy drinks or caffeine or whatever. Like I know this is like a pretty well studied supplement though. And I looked and I tried to choose, it was a slightly more expensive brand, but I chose like the cleanest brand I could find that didn't have a lot of filler or chemicals. And I actually like, yes, it's helping me with my workouts. And I know that's the main reason people take it, but cognitively, because like I started it, I think, the week before my period. So I didn't do a whole lot of working out. I did a couple workouts and I noticed, yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah. Working out is easier. But the mental benefits, you guys, and the energy I have throughout the day, and I've been pushing myself harder at work, and I'm just more efficient and I'm getting more done and I'm learning more. It's like my brain is on, I don't know. I watched this movie called Limitless actually, and it was 2011, I think. The moral of this story was kind of strange because he ended up basically having no consequences for taking this drug, but the whole thing was he took this drug that like made you extremely smart, like your best version of you. But obviously there were like these horrible side effects and consequences of taking it, and once you were off you like basically died. But I feel like I'm on that drug. Like I feel like I found it, and I don't know. I always thought creatine was some, I guess I didn't really fully understand it. But it's basically the coolest thing I've ever tried in my life. And now I feel really super smart and efficient and strong. And I never want to stop taking it. Next, I have been prioritizing rest. So, prioritizing rest as in like truly prioritizing. So, if I have like a workout planned, for example, but I got a poor night's sleep. Actually, there are studies that say if you work out, it kind of lessens the effects of a poor night's sleep. I think if it's like if you do it once or twice, but I don't care. I need my sleep. I have noticed such a significant difference. Like, sleep is king. If I go to work and I'm well rested, I'm 110 times better than if I get like a 70%, 60% quality sleep night and then I also work out and have a productive morning. It doesn't matter what I've done on top of that. Like, sleep is such a foundational key to living life well. And so if I have other commitments, I'm like, nope, I gotta rest. Like I always make sure that I'm well rested. I'm taking care of my rest before anything else. Yeah, hands down. I don't know why I put this in here. This isn't really a wellness habit, but like in a way, it's kind of a more mindfulness practice. But listening to records, so I got this record vinyl player for Christmas, and I've just been listening to records, and it's nostalgic in a way because I grew up listening to, like, we still had a record player in my house in the 90s, and also tapes and CDs, and the physical, some kind of physical expression of music, and just putting that on and playing the full album. I mean, you can listen to full albums on Spotify. It definitely, like, the sound quality is better off of the record player, but it's also just the physical act. I don't know, of just like picking up the thing. I don't even know what it's called, the little needle, and placing it on the record, and then like it plays half the record, and then you have to turn it over, and you don't have to like fuss about it. It's just playing and it's doing its thing, and you don't have to tell it to go to the next song. Like sometimes on Spotify, I'm just like zoned out and it's on whatever, and then I have to skip a song. It's just seamless, and there's just something so acoustic and so um organic about the experience. It's really nice. I feel like we've kind of wrapped up. That wasn't everything on my list, but I've been chatting away for quite a while. Thank you guys. If you made it this far, thank you so much for listening. Let me know what topics you want to hear from me about in the future, and I will try to get back with you guys soon. I'm gonna go do some homework, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.